I can see that little red lights on. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, for your most efficacious enjoyment we present Dancing Pigs. Also, live from his secret volcano lair, the master of ASMR, whatever that is, the bearded gamer himself, Doc.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our, I was going to say Monday night stream. It's Thursday night here down under. Welcome, everybody. We are continuing with, I say Robot Chicken. That's not what we're playing. Chicken Police. Robot Chicken's the Adult Swim series. Let's jump on over. I think we've got a couple of people in chat already who may be lurking. Mr. Carter, I see you hiding there in the shadows. Everyone else is here. Welcome. Hope you're all doing well. So I believe we should finish Chicken Police tonight. Don't think we've actually got a whole lot left to go. We had done... I think we've done everything. We've just got to call Lewis to come and get us. Three, two. Pick up, Lewis. Pick up. Oh shit. Lewis is not home.
What's up, Doc?
Hey, Mr. Carter. Not Mr. Carter, I do apologise. Dan, how are you? Sorry, I'm so used to of one of the regulars. Oh, and using the sound commands constantly. Nope, it's Dan. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. How's the week treating you?
Don't mention it, Sonny. If it weren't for you, nobody would have tried to kill me with a Tommy gun or set fire to a ship with me in it.
How lucky you are, huh?
Damn right. Okay, so the picture is more or less
Doing
clear.
good? Oh, I'm glad to hear
got his
that.
brother killed because he learned Natasha worked in a brothel.
Well, that could be the case, but I believe the roots go deeper than that.
And how's everything else going? Have you had much time to play
if the
games of
corpse
late?
isn't him, because then we'd need a medium.
Which would be exciting, but maybe it's enough
I
if we
think I
ask the
have seen
doctor who
you
treated
go
him.
live a few times this
That
week,
too,
but
yeah. But where's the fun in that?
getting kids to bed and so forth has kept me a bit preoccupied of late. Yeah, still those questions.
Okay.
Well, that could be the case.
Oh, nice. Is that the first one, Dan? Five, 966. No. Yeah, 966. Did you get the trilogy pack, or were you just playing the first one on its own?
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert Wessler.
Good old Albert Wessler.
I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives. Do you have one?
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling from the Clawville Police Department.
Oh, I see. In that case, officer, I I'd advise you to visit our
Ah, they're all on Xbox Game Pass. Very nice. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Xbox
Thank you,
Game
miss.
Pass.
I guess I'll do that.
It's really started to give the PlayStation Plus a run for its money in terms of value.
Oh, thanks. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Okay, now I believe we let's try and call Lewis again. 555 9 2. Okay.
So,
We have to go there.
the thought gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps aren't good enough
Well,
for you?
PS Plus basically gives you 3 free games a month. You usually get one for PS4, one for PS5, and one that sort of crosses over between both. They used to also give you a PS Vita title and or a PS3 one, but they've sort of scrapped those two now. The systems are pretty much obsolete. So the value has sort of dropped slightly. And then depending on the titles that are free each month, you know, if they're games you're not interested in playing, whether they're free or not, you can feel a bit ripped off. Where are we? So you're going to pick up this type, Lewis. Still no answer.
So, I get the couch?
It'd be better if I called Lewis.
Hey,
Open
AK,
up a
good to
room
see
for
you,
you
my
to
friend.
sleep
How you
in.
been?
Whew, great idea.
Feels like it's been a while since we last saw you around here. 3 games per month for free. No, that's a... Oh, please, no need to be sorry, AK. I just noticed we hadn't seen you for a while. How was your holiday? What did you get up to? Xbox is the same. You get 3 free per month for free to keep. Yeah. You get to keep the PlayStation ones as well, but only as long as you have your membership active. If you let your subscription lapse, then that's it. You lose access to the games until you reactivate it again. The 100 games as well is definitely a huge appeal. The PlayStation Plus now has something like that, but there's only like 16 titles available in it. Why?
I got a feeling tomorrow's going to be another tough day. You could use a good night's sleep.
Just chilled out for a bit. Oh,
Sorry,
nice. Yeah, I've been pretty well. Tired, but that's just a side effect of the whole parenting gig. But apart from that, yeah, work's
Sorry for the mess, Marty.
going fairly
I,
well.
Rarely have visitors.
I had a job
Don't worry
interview
about
this
it, son.
morning,
I didn't expect anything
so
else.
got my fingers crossed on that front. I find out tomorrow afternoon if I've been successful on that front. So
So where
stand
exactly
by
is
for
this
news on
place?
that, I guess.
A few hours' drive from here, in the middle of nowhere. It's a creepy old mansion, of course.
You think it's a good idea to go there?
Well, it's
if it's a
still
trap?
at the.
I told you, you
Oh,
can still
thanks,
go
Dan.
back.
Appreciate that.
Oh, wouldn't you love that?
It's pretty
No
much a
such
similar
luck,
role
boss.
to what I'm doing
If I
now,
get
and
killed
with
or
the same
locked up
company.
forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be
But
on you.
instead of
Thanks,
working
pal.
with
I
computer
deserve
hardware, I'll be more back in a service desk role. That is a slight step down from where I'm currently at. But as my current position's been made redundant, I've sort of got to take what I can get at the moment, and if I get to stay with the same company, then there is always a chance I'll get to move back up again if something becomes available. So I'm keeping that in mind. Plus I already know how it all works there too. But it's certainly already working. There's by no means guarantees I'll get the position. I still had to go through the application process.
Hey, Lewis, it's
Finally
me
Lewis
again.
has answered.
Hello, Sonny. What's up?
Thanks, AK.
Were you sleeping,
Appreciate
pal?
that. Look,
Me?
it's
Oh, I'm
it's up to the universe, I suppose, what they've got planned for me.
Would you open up a room for Marty?
If it doesn't work out, I've still got a few
Thanks,
months there,
Lewis.
and
I'm not
hopefully
even gonna
find
say
something
it.
else before then.
I will. You owe me money. And yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're back to where we finished off last time, because now we can travel to the insane asylum. It's called Chicken Police. It's kind of in the style of the old point and click adventure style games, but this is sort of the old school noir
I
type
slept
story
like I
and
used to
characters.
sleep years ago, like a miner or a soldier, empty, dead tired. Then I saw Tessa, my darling little daughter.
Character designs are
But
quite
no matter
unique.
how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away. Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly,
Cinco.
she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold. Then she said something.
Yeah,
Painted red. Painted red. Painted red.
which is the subtitle
That
of the
was
game.
just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more.
And I've really
I looked
enjoyed
at
it.
Marty
It hasn't
and I saw
been
the same
too
thing in
heavy on
his
the
eyes
puzzles.
As he probably saw in mine.
It's
time
quite
to hit the
dialogue
brakes,
heavy.
To turn back, go home, and forget about all of this. Of course, I stepped on the gas instead.
But yeah, it's really well
Honestly, I
done.
wasn't expecting anything good, but this,
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
Okay. Oh. Let's check out everything around the room
This
first.
picture,
It's very...
special?
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me
That's an
out.
unsettling thought.
We should go to reception first. Let them know we're here. We should check in first.
This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
It would.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well,
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Wow.
Oh, no. Poor devil.
It has also, the voice acting in this has impressed me quite a lot too. Okay.
Ah, like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Of all the great wild ones.
Greetings, miss.
Like
Is it
they've cut her
really
head
you?
off.
Well, yes.
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
It is Dan, yes.
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumey, that's
Sort
fantastic.
of the
Oh,
old school
my goodness.
detective noir type
Miss, we'd like to ask...
story.
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really, really, really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
Indeed.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath,
She
Miranda.
gets
Take a
starstruck.
deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, I am. I just needed some air. So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't
Hey,
mind.
Black Magic.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Welcome on in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And it is. It's a ton of fun, this game. For anyone who's not already following Black Magic, please give him a follow. Psychonauts 2. I've seen a few people playing that. Just having your coffee. Nice. It's a good way to start the day. It is the start of your day, isn't it? Be what, mid-morning over there? Let's ask her some questions.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed
Wow, was it
into a
2
military
years since the
hospital.
first one?
Since then, we are
1
relentlessly
PM,
working
much
on
later than I
treating
thought, actually.
injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course,
15
the heart and
years since the
soul
first
of our
one. Wow.
institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see.
That's a
This
long wait.
Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist,
Didn't even
researcher,
check.
patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
That's a long time to wait for a sequel to a game. I'm surprised most people would have probably given up hope of ever seeing it. Well, yeah, what was the wait on Shenmue 3? That was... because that was a Kickstarter game, wasn't it? From memory. 20-ish, wow. That's, yeah.
So who is this Dr.
There you go.
Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho... what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like
Oh, there you go, okay.
Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so.
Strange
Now,
respect.
what can you say
Ah,
about
that's
this,
right.
miss?
Forgot we
Have
had
you
that.
seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents, but I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh,
Damn.
come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
Half-Life 3, yeah, that's
Sorry,
true.
I can't.
Miranda,
And Portal
this
3.
case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
Yeah, Portal 3. I'd like to see it, but I'm not getting my hopes up. They never do 3. No, they don't have a good track record for that, do they? Black Magic.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
Okay.
We need to let them know we're here first.
Didn't we do that already?
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Yeah, we think
Where
it
is
might
he?
be a bit late
No
for it.
idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same about us.
Exactly. Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell, and birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Good question. It's funny you say that, AK, because didn't they kind of did a Half-Life 3 with the VR one they released a little while back.
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I see. That makes sense.
But I guess not everyone would consider that
Why
Half-Life
do you
3
have
as
bars
such.
on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal too, like all our residents.
With the
Doesn't
significant
have
difference
anything
of you
very
being a
good.
doctor.
Yeah, I've
and
heard a
not
lot of good
patient.
things about it,
Am I right?
definitely.
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think. To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Theseus Quetzalcoatl, but
What a
most
name.
call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of
What a
you.
snake this guy is.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
Did
We have some
Half-Life
questions
2
about one
finish
of
on
your
a
patients, if you don't
cliffhanger? Did it
mind.
magic?
We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
Not sure how Portal 3 would work as the end of the second game. That's true. I guess they could just introduce you playing as a different character, or maybe you go back to the Aperture for some reason. I mean, there's any number of ways they could find a way to make it work.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time. His first symptoms surfaced.
Yeah,
in
different facility even.
scenes,
That's very true.
Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Then how do
Interesting.
you sustain yourselves?
By the
question.
grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
I want to have you go back and rescue someone else who'd been left. Yep. That could definitely work. They could also do go in a different direction and just focus more on the multiplayer aspect with the two robot characters. I enjoyed that a lot.
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been
Definitely
working
recommend it, AK. It's a
I've
lot
worked
of
here for
fun.
more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
Wow.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance. Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get
None
you
of my
two
friends
together
play
if I
it,
had the
so-
chance.
Well,
A
that's
spare
true,
cell
yeah.
would suit her
You
very much.
need someone to log on with.
So,
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
oh, I see. What a coincidence.
Okay, looks like we get to interrogate him now.
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But I can turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle.
Well, detective meter's very low.
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was
Good
your first
memory.
impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were.
Spent
Or
the
at
last
least
3
I
days
knew one
looking
of
for a
them.
game to buy. What sort of game are you looking for, AK?
He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible grey ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were
question.
ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Wow.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
So don't know. Only thing I won't get is a game like Fallout. Yeah, if you've got something, well, if you've got Fallout already, then yeah, something probably completely different. From memory, you're on PC too, aren't you, AK? Let's go. What kind of treatment?
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like
Xbox.
ours has to accept a Wessler
There's
as
probably a good
guest,
range of titles to
there's
select
bound to
from.
be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Interesting.
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
That's really odd. This top one. How did you see Albert when you first met?
How did you see Albert when you first met?
Albert was shy and reserved, like a ghost. He almost never touched anything. It was evident he was exceptionally intelligent. He measured and observed everything around him.
That
What
could be a
else?
lot of Lego to play
He was
through, AK.
Delicate and graceful.
They are a lot of fun though, the Lego
Almost
games, I
like
must
a
say.
woman. Yes. He was rather feminine. He
He's
was
very
an
sus, isn't he,
artist,
AK?
Mr. Featherland, a magnificent painter, and rather good writer, too. Sometimes I even heard him sing.
Why did he have to be locked up?
I asked the same thing at first.
Multiple
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert
It is
left
okay.
our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed to come back.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
Okay.
So Albert could just walk in and out.
Far from it, Mr. Featherland. Though Mr. Hobart Wessler had appeared on many occasions and took Albert with him. At those times, he usually brought him back the same day or the next, at the latest.
What was the purpose of these outings?
Albert Wessler was working on a painting, Mr. Featherland.
Oh, yes,
Painting.
the painting. It's all starting to come together now.
So, you've heard about the painting.
Sure I have.
I must have forgotten about the painting. Let's see. Now we've heard about the painting. Let's go. Did Albert tell you about?
Did Albert tell you about his relationship with his brother?
Rarely. He respected and loved his brother, but when he came to talk, he was usually angry.
Oh, why?
No fear, jealousy, frustration, rivalry, maybe all of these combined.
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you
This
think the painting caused
story's
it?
sounding really
Not
sus.
the painting, Mr. Featherland.
Toy Story 3? I've
its
never played any of the
subject.
Toy Story games.
Exactly. He was obsessed. Right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out.
Wow.
Or cut off, I don't know exactly. And he was blinded in one eye. Or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes.
That's
and they
pretty
didn't
grim.
give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
Okay. Yeah, did you examine?
Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland, but even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off, and his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
No,
I
it definitely
totally
doesn't sound
agree.
like it. Okay.
Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
I'm sure it was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would he do that?
Good question.
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
Be nice if we could just arrest him, okay?
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or
Force
Hobart?
Unleashed is a lot of fun, actually,
Nothing.
okay?
For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How
I
did he
think it's actually
disappear
the
in
other way
end?
around.
Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared. His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
He gave us a lot to process, didn't he? Oh, 100%, nice. Albert Wesley disappeared. We have a hunch about what could have happened to him. I think, because they're twins, I think they've swapped around. I think the brother who had the mental health issues is the one still out there. And it was actually the healthy one who was put back in and then bumped off. I could be wrong, but that's... If I had to choose between Lego Pirates or Force Unleashed, I would definitely go Force Unleashed. Especially if you've already got Lego Batman. But that's just my thoughts. It has to be a game you're going to enjoy, of course.
That's quite shocking information.
Very.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, if
Well,
it's
that's,
something for
surprising.
nostalgia reasons,
I've
then yeah,
never
definitely
seen a cell
Pirates
like this before.
is
That's
probably
for sure.
something you'd want
I
to go
wouldn't mind
for.
living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I
Fancy
smell
room.
paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
Let's see one of the collectibles. For a handful of waffles. A title.
You know, I don't think he had it so bad in here.
You mean apart from being separated from everyone you
Yeah,
love
no worries,
in an
okay.
ancient mansion filled with
We'll be here for a
madmen?
while yet, hopefully.
You're right.
As always.
Ooh, writing desk.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
Look at that.
Letter.
A letter.
What's have we got? Oh, photo.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination, old bird.
Good old Marty. So, okay, so I've looked at everything there. Creepy mural.
No way. Is this some kind of puzzle?
I don't think so. But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
Let's check this letter out. I know I don't exist because you don't see me. But I'm not what you think I am. You don't think about me, do you? Ever? No. I think of you every day, every minute, always. In my dreams I have become one with him, one soul. You know who I am thinking about, right? Can you feel it? I'm there too, with you. Do you feel it? Can't hold it in myself for long, forgive me. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. The world is crashing down, the whole world just rotting and rotting. Everything is rotting around me. I have to get out of here to become one with my destiny. And one with you.
Albert was madly
Wow.
in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that.
Yeah, he swapped places with his brother.
What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
Is it too obvious, though? That's the thing. Like, I feel like they're...
Oh, I don't believe this. Those
these
two
two.
again?
Take him out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Oh, we actually get to do something other than ask questions.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
It's silly, I know
Are you
if you
blind
shoot
or what?
them,
Where did you learn to shoot?
if you shoot them, it actually, oh, did we do it? Whew,
Well, that was close.
that was
A little
close.
too close for my taste. And it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Well, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece. Let's start from the beginning.
Oh,
So, we
investigation
got a
time.
case.
So let's see. Oh, oops, no, missed it. She tried to show us the painting. Painting a secret. Wanted us to find the painting for her. Wanted to destroy the painting.
Natasha tried to show us the painting.
Okay.
And that painting would have shown us the way.
Led us to these two.
Gibbon and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
So,
Which made Albert
secret to hide out. Oh. No.
fall in in love with Natasha.
Ah,
And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
see, now I don't know if that's poor writing that I picked up on that a while ago,
So
or
what
whether there's still
happens
another
now?
twist
The inevitable,
to
Marty.
come, and this is all just a
We're
red
going
herring.
to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What? No, I snorted.
No, you laughed.
Ah, just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
Grand chicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were
No,
written
that's
by
okay,
one
okay.
of his
What did you end up
personalities
grabbing to eat?
Consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up.
I guess that's a clue that we're at the final
Hey,
stage.
Lewis, you weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team.
Egg on toast. Nice.
What is it?
You, Lewis, you don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted. It happens sometimes.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be part of an adventure of the Chicken Police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny.
I doubt that.
Don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother, and in revenge, she cut open his stomach and filled it with rocks.
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. Hell, that was a slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This? This one
Wow.
exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now, just the void.
Yeah. Spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy.
Yeah, that is a bit twisted.
I never thought I'd ever look at this place and think of it as home.
Life's weird, isn't it? I didn't think that after what I did to you, we'd work together again.
You mean when you shot me?
You know I had my reasons, Sonny.
Yeah. Have I ever, apologized?
I don't think so.
Then let's leave it that way.
Hey, I apologize for shooting you, Boss Bird.
That's okay, Marty. It happens even to the best of friends.
I'll remember what you've just said, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah? Well, don't try to take advantage of it.
Who, me? What do you think of me?
Okay, so let's have a quick look through our notes. So we've still got a character here we haven't actually met. Two, in fact. Interesting. One more place, presumably where we're going at the end. Questioning points, scenes visited. Codex entries, personal information found. Wow, so we're still quite a lot of stuff it looks like we've missed. Snake hasn't been arrested yet. Be here all day. Are there any demos for the games you're looking for that you can try out? Trying a demo can be a good way to help you decide. I don't think there's anything else we can
You know,
check.
Sonny, few places are as cozy as the Hop Dog at dawn.
You have a point.
The silence,
Double
the
check
fog,
them.
the sunshine slowly devouring the sleeping city.
The smell.
Yeah, the Cobbler District has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure. But wait,
Damn, that's a
do you
shame.
smell that?
Seems Zip is ready with the first batch of coffee.
Ah, Zip's
That's
back.
waiting only for us, my friend. Does it still work?
Who knows? Maybe Zip's keeping it for decoration or living in it.
I can easily imagine. Poor bastard.
I guess let's go in and see how Zip's doing.
Well, he's out. He's brave indeed, or an idiot.
They're often the same, Marty, and you should know.
Checked all this. Oh, what's this?
You said it, not me.
The colours go.
I had such a feeling.
Let's see what he's got to say.
Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him, about Wessler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure of that.
That's the Zip we know and love.
Thanks, Marty. So, why are you here?
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. No playing it nice.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Let's say hi to the old trash panda.
You mean a last goodbye, right?
Just did.
And what do you expect will happen when you get there?
They'll either let us in, or we'll blow open the doors and go in guns blazing. How hard can it be?
Well, I'm not sure you know what you're up against, boys, but it's your funeral. I'm just glad I got to know the legendary chicken police.
Hey, don't write us off yet.
I'm just getting ready for all possibilities, Marty. Hey, chicken coppers,
Yeah, Zip?
take care of your feathers for me, okay?
Will do, Zip.
Don't worry. I'll protect this smelly old bird.
Okay. All right. That seems we can do there. Mullins newsstand. I don't think we went there.
Well, if we have anything else to ask the old beaver, this is the last chance.
Hey, don't steal my style.
Just learning from the best.
Let me give you some advice. Don't.
Now, I don't think we've been here before.
You know, if we survive this, we might need a couple of good lawyers.
You could be right about that, Marty. Who do you think will sue us first? Wessler or the PD?
My bet's on good old Blood Boil.
I'll take it.
It's still not too late for us, you know? I'll grab Laura and we'll all just get out of the city.
Wouldn't it be great?
You can
That won't
finally
happen,
take me
though.
to Averia like you promised.
I never promised that, but yeah, it would be great.
So, we're gonna get ourselves shot to pieces already, or what?
Hell yeah.
Oh, look what I found.
Furry gods. Another chicken police story.
And one of my favorites, too. Meredith outdid herself when she wrote this one.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You're still mad at Meredith, aren't you?
If it's about me and you, then I want none of it, thanks. Reality's more than enough.
Let's talk to this guy.
And good old Mullen is still on duty.
Eternal, like the Knights of Clawville.
And the pain in my back. Hey, old man. Sun's not even up yet. And you're already open?
You know what's my secret, sonny boy?
What?
I never close.
That clever.
How can I help you, lads? I see you're going somewhere.
Well, Sani's going to die. I'm just wrapping up a delicate case.
So, you'll be off to the
Not
Westler
gonna
residency
get a game for now. Just
You're
think about it a bit more,
beaver.
okay?
Well, me dear lads, I'm glad I got to know you.
Hey, don't you start too.
That I'm just kidding.
Maybe read up some online reviews.
Does the name Albert mean anything to you?
I know multiple Alberts, sonny. Which one do you mean?
Albert Wessler.
I see you're in a funny mood, sonny boy.
I'm not joking, Mullen, but I'm surprised there's something I know and you don't.
And who is this Albert anyway? Ibn Wessler's hidden son, maybe?
Even better, my friend. His secret twin brother.
You walked into trouble there.
I was hoping you could tell
Oh,
me
you
something
prefer
useful
something
about it.
backwards compatible.
I can, sonny boy. Avoid him. Avoid the whole Wessler family. Those who happen upon secrets that deep sink without a trace.
Well, I used to be a professional swimmer. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't.
I lied. What do you know about that asylum? What's it called?
Since there's only one of those around Clawville, I know which one you mean, sonny. It's an ancient mansion, easily around 100 years old for sure. Or more. But what do you want to know about it anyway?
We actually just got out of there.
That explains everything.
Seriously, what do you know about it?
The place is self-sufficient in theory, but in reality, the Crown maintains it. No one knows the exact reason why,
Soldier
but
360.
according to
Oh,
gossip,
no.
they used to keep someone in there. Someone who was either part
Can you
of
get
the
it
royal
on
family or
an
just
emulator
very
or something,
close to
okay?
the fire. But who knows? Maybe it's just a legend.
Well, they say we're legends too, and we're standing right in front of you. Am I right?
What can I say then? This whole city is full of legends.
This Albert, he had to paint a picture of Natasha at his brother's request.
Let me guess. He fell in love with her.
Yeah, Classic, huh?
Oh, I
Then
was
he
just
killed
saying,
his
can you
brother and
play,
took his
or can you
place.
get the Lord of the Rings
well,
Lego
that's a
on
classic too.
emulator anywhere?
So, you're telling me who goes by Ibn Wessler is not really Ibn Wessler?
Exactly. He's Albert, a dangerous lunatic with multiple personality disorder.
Ha ha, lads! I guess that Miss Marble's going to write another one of those novels about this.
You mean Meredith? Oh, that's just what we need.
Once you sold your soul, it's too late to cry about it, sonny boy.
That's what I keep telling him.
Do you know Dr. Quetzal?
Do you mean Professor Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah, now you laugh at this, but we went to university together.
You did what?
Do I not look the type to you?
No, well, I didn't mean that. I just didn't know you went to university.
I studied psychology, sonny, only I forgot to graduate. That's when my father died.
So that's why you know the animals so well.
No, I know them well because I have a newspaper stand and I talk to hundreds of animals each day. And I listen to the everyday problems of almost all of them. There's no better lesson in animal studies.
You surprise me every time, old beaver. And what do you know about him? Can he be trusted?
You're afraid he screwed you? He looks like a terribly dishonest snake, but don't let your prejudices overshadow what your wattle tells you. Quetzal's one of the kindest-hearted and most honest animals I've ever known.
That's good to know, Uncle Mullen. Or rather, Professor Mullen.
Hey, 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 don't get cocky with me, little chickie.
Maybe we were wrong about the Snake AK.
What do you know about the Wessler Mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you. Or two.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous? It's a fortress, so it has giant walls, watchtowers, and of course, Wessler's hired thugs are waiting for you there.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's a beautiful place, I must admit. At least you'll kick the bucket with mouths hanging open in wonder.
That's something.
Good attitude,
Pretty
my
much,
lad.
AK,
Keep
yeah.
it.
Yep.
Got any good advice?
I always have some for you, lads.
Don't get shot.
Don't get shot, for example.
That's very wise advice. Why haven't you told us before?
I'm not sure anyone
saved
could have
Sonny some
predicted
painful
this sort of
memories.
crossover,
If you
AK.
carry on like that, Marty, you too can learn how it feels.
You too.
Alright, let's see where else we can go. Actually, just quickly check something. Was that one of the characters we were missing? No, shit, it wasn't. So I've still got... Nice if they gave us some sort of indication as to... they might be. Let's check out...
So, we're looking for more evidence?
No, I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it.
Don't think there's gonna be anything here, but...
You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl,
Deborah.
yeah, her body, I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then
Jeez, there's a
everything
ton of
changed
dialogue
on
we
the
would have
ship.
missed if we just
On the
rushed into
ship?
that last
Why
scene.
there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I swear.
All right, let's hit the road.
Oh, okay, we actually got a trophy for it. CD keys? I haven't been on CD keys in ages. It's interesting. Why is it taking us back to... Oh, no, that's interesting. It's locked us out of... Makes me think there's more to do at some of these places. Look, to be honest, I've never actually purchased anything from them. I know people who have used it and they've had no issues, but yeah.
Hey, Boobo.
I guess it's
Hello, old man.
buyer beware, as they say.
Is he asleep?
But his eyes are open.
Boobo!
Hey, what is it? I wasn't sleeping.
You were something.
What the hell are you doing here, chickens?
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant death of lead poisoning later tonight.
Would you shut the clock up, Marty? You're not funny.
I am a little bit.
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
Bingo. We're gonna put an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
Get yourself killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood, because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
He's always
Thanks for the
butting in,
support,
isn't he?
old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard.
No hard
Silver
feelings.
about.
What can I say, boys? I have a big, soft heart.
You sure do, Ursula.
Would you like a nice hot cup of tea?
No thanks. We just came to say goodbye.
Why? You going somewhere? Traveling?
No, we're just visiting a nice place in the city.
Sonny's gonna die.
Shut up, Marty.
So it's a
Yeah,
case.
no worries, okay.
Well, be careful, boys. And I'm sorry I snapped at you the last time.
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserved it.
You're a good boy, Sonny. And Marty's a downright saint.
Oh, come on, Ursula. Stop that.
All this marvelous stuff, huh? Closing sale at the charlatan's shop.
I wasn't asking for your opinion, you croaking crow.
Hey, oh, careful with the racist remarks, will ya?
Ah, Vice has arrived, I see.
Ah, clucking monkey.
What'd you say, Martin?
I said I'm clunky. It's almost impossible to think of you as a real doctor, old bird.
According to rumor, that is.
Believe it or not, I had a great future ahead of me. But the world simply wasn't ready for my genius.
Well, it probably never will be.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, that's okay, okay.
How are your secret experiments coming on, Doc?
That's why they call them secret.
I see.
Sometimes I think about what a hot and popular gal Ursula used to
Hey,
be.
Mr. Carter, how you doing? See, you've come out of the shadows.
The old owl looks a bit tired.
Us too. I'm not sure I dare look in the mirror right now.
Don't do it, Marty.
Oh. Ah, it's too soon after your first command, I think, Mr. Carter, that's why.
Can I give you a piece of advice, Martin? Of course, Boobo. Go on. Take care of the old rooster, okay? That's all I ever do, Doc. Can I give you a piece? Of course,
Okay, yeah, that one already. Does she have anything else to say?
He's old, and...
Wait a minute.
He is. I mean, Reginald's never truly asleep. Not entirely. He just shuts down.
Even now?
Yes.
I gotta see that.
Take care of yourselves, boys.
Will do, Auntie Ursula.
Hey, don't be saucy, young man.
Being told.
Take care of yourself.
Will do, Auntie.
Hey, don't be saucy, young...
So there's nothing else there we can do. Oh, now the weekend house has come back, so maybe I was wrong. Well, one of them is in the channel rewards, Mr. Carter. And one you may see later on. It really depends on how many viewers there are and so on. Where's the what have we got to get?
Should I say it?
I know, Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it.
I haven't. No,
otherwise.
actually. What's his number? 5. Is it something? I can't remember. Let's try again. Three, 2. Yeah, I was surprised to see that too. You seemed quite active on there, Mr. Carter, so I don't know what the story is there. But I guess if he feels it's not
pulling the
working for
trigger
him...
was the toughest decision of my life.
Yeah.
You mean when you shot me?
Yeah.
City Keys looks
But
very
it wasn't
reliable,
hard,
which is good news.
because
Oh,
you
awesome.
thought you'd kill me.
Not at all, Sonny. I knew you'd survive. I wanted it to be a permanent injury and hurt like clucking hell. But I knew that everything would change from then on.
That something was gonna break between us?
Yeah. And that I was never gonna be the same either. With that shot, I also gunned down who I was, you know?
It really did hurt like hell.
I know.
I almost bled to death.
Almost was the goal.
And? Did you manage to forgive me since then?
Well, what hurt me wasn't what you did.
An
I mean, of
open
course
world
it did,
Lego
but
game.
what hurt the most was you not trusting me.
Lego City
That you didn't
Undercover
believe
was
me.
a
Not
really
until
good
you
open
pulled the
world one.
trigger. At that moment, I knew you were right. Ah, Cluck.
Yeah, Cluck. All right, enough sentimental crap. We have an insane rat waiting to be put behind bars, and a woman you gotta get.
What?
Come on, Sonny. Even a blind bat can see it.
Oh, well. Cluck again.
Yep.
Shadows from the past 2. Alright, I'm just going to have a quick squiz at the trophies here. I Wow, considering we're right towards the end of the game, we've only done... Back in a minute? Yeah, no worries. Trevor, book word, $5 chicken place. I haven't done that. Visit all the limited locations. Wow, there's actually so many trophies. Get all the cutscenes. Damn. I think this might well be a game I'm going to have to play through a second or maybe even a third time. Alright, well, let's I presume we have to get Lewis to pick us up. Oh shit, so how do we get to where we need to go?
What was the last book you read, Sonny?
Something by Herringway, if I remember correctly.
Wow, really?
Stream the other.
No.
It's good that he's still streaming. But yeah, I would have thought Twitter was a great place to promote his podcast and stuff.
You didn't have the chance to tell me what happened to your brother.
He left Clawville, and I haven't talked to him since.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I received an unexpected letter 2 weeks ago from the Sura province. Someone dropped it off at my door.
Was it him?
He wrote the letter, that's for sure. I could smell the jungle when I opened it.
It's interesting.
But whether he was the one who delivered it, I don't know.
Have you tried to find him?
He'll find me if he wants to, Sonny. I know he's not guilty, and that's enough.
But he's still wanted in Clawville, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for playing a part in all of this.
I know, Sonny. The past is the past.
You know, you've truly changed, Marty. You tried to hide it, but you've changed.
Thanks, boss.
Just, don't call me boss, okay? We're partners.
Possibly, yeah. I guess I just see it as an odd thing to do if you're trying to build something like a podcast.
I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here. Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change. If our theory's correct, this photo will hurt more than a bullet.
That's the plan.
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence. Not in the slightest. That's why we go unannounced.
And with big guns.
Exactly.
I like this new Sonny.
There is no new Sonny. Just the old ones had enough.
You think you'll need your fake badge?
I never needed a badge, Marty.
What a punchline.
It's more like a kind of good luck charm. It reminds me of who I should be.
And? Does it work?
No, Marty. Not really.
If we survive this, can we crack this open?
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You're saying I'm not special enough?
I was joking. If we survive this, we'll drink it to the last drop.
Now you're talking. Ah, Her Majesty Bertha II.
My drumstick still hurts every time I see her.
Be glad you're alive. Bertha rarely leaves witnesses. It's a little outdated, but I understand why you're so attached to it.
It can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty.
Wow.
And the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of bad habits.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty, you are.
Well,
This fog's almost impenetrable.
Strange, but somehow this time I feel it's a good omen.
Really? How come?
I don't know. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel without the light.
Oh, you're not getting ready to die, are you, old man? If we're going on a suicide mission, I think I should know.
Why?
I wonder
Haven't
if
I
it
told you
is.
yet?
You're not funny.
so do we just tell him we're ready to go?
You're going now to confront Mr. Whistler?
We have no other choice, Lewis. We're gonna see it through to the end. We've already come this far.
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not about courage or pride either. It's simply...
Stubbornness?
Mostly, yeah.
How do we? Still don't have damn option to go.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, Lewis. We could use some luck, that's for sure.
Well,
Thanks, Lewis.
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least. So, are you ready?
I'm still thinking about it, Marty.
Ah, there we go. Location. Ah,
I just
questions.
realized. Ibn at the Tsar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha said
Oh, you
about
heard
him?
back from him?
That
Oh, good.
he's been acting strange recently.
Exactly. Like he's not himself anymore.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well, it's how we make our living, Sonny. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us, in fact.
Yeah, right.
Sent you pics. Okay. I hope they're
Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's
Suitable.
disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah.
they're clean.
Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
But that's your version of clean, Mr. Carter.
So, what's the plan? We shove the letter and our theory in his face and see what happens?
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so, too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told me she loved Ibn in her own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love two rats in her own way?
Maybe.
Your ver-
Maybe she even suspected the truth. But
You
didn't
could be
dare
right.
admit
We'll
it,
never know for sure.
even to herself.
So, What do you think, now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
I'm not as sure of that as you are, boss. But we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about it. There are people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Okay, so now we can finally go to the Wessler residency.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together.
I thought we'd
A
already done that.
revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain?
I wonder. Maybe
Well,
that's the
if you
further
don't know where to
twist.
go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Here I am, Natasha. I hope
Oh,
you're
we have
waiting
some
for
color.
me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
So how many channel points have you got now, Mr. Carter?
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a
35, 40
monument
go.
to an
I'm still
enormous
amazed you
ego, Marty.
that close already.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
Is this a mansion? Or a grand palace?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing
You just found
rarities
out
in there?
outside
maybe
of
some
Darwin Road.
chicken-eating
I haven't
giant
seen Darwin
farm
pop by
monster.
chat for a while,
What?
Mr. Carter. I wonder what he's
Oh,
up to.
You just made that up, right?
He's probably
Nah,
still
I'm sure there's no such
sleeping
thing.
outside alongside the house in his tent.
Huh. One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the
Your
underworld.
restraining order fixed.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Interesting that it let us zoom in. Alright, let's head inside. Oh,
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
so these are the guys that have been shooting at us several times.
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys. This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
I wonder if this is actually building to something, or if
like
it's going to be
vegetation's trying to suffocate
anticlimactic.
these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is.
This place is incredible, but it kind of gives me the creeps.
Because you know what lies behind the beauty.
With Natasha, too?
I haven't decided yet.
Mm.
Not yet. First, we should talk to Natasha.
You're right, Sonny.
I'm not saying Natasha yet. All right, let's talk to Olivia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin.
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
You mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia?
Busted.
So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko. I tried to warn you.
Thanks, Olivia?
Okay, so let's see.
You know, I had a dream before we came here.
Natasha has to say.
I saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and red claws.
And? What does that tell you?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
I'm just angry. Truth is, I'm not entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
This game's got a good story, Mr. Carter.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
Please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
It could make a good audio drama, Mr. Carter. It would be a shorter story, but yeah, I definitely think it'd be potential there.
There she is, the femme fatale.
Yeah.
Instantly had the car after light. Oh wow, that's fantastic.
And what lovely hands they are, huh?
With sharp claws, Marty.
Stairs. Alright, let's go confront Ibn. Oh, look. Valves.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
Brandy?
Would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
They can see it there.
A bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree.
Well, I think it's time to talk to Mr. Wessler.
Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
That's
taken.
fantastic, okay.
But tell me,
I'll have
are
to
we
check
gonna
them out.
flatter
What
each
was it,
other for a
CD
long
key?
time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions.
Wow,
If
that's
you've
impressive
nothing to hide,
turnaround.
you have nothing to fear.
Purchased and
And then
downloaded
we'll
in
just
2
leave you
minutes.
alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
All right, let's get into it.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler, what Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
Burn.
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
It's really good, isn't it, AK? It's really impressed me with this.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself.
Yeah, I think the voice acting stands out more possibly because the animation of the characters is so limited. But that's obviously in the design of the game.
This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Eh, I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
More like a confession.
In which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad, insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap
What if
fake,
they're
Albert.
wrong?
You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Alright, confession. Oh, interrogation. Oh.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Okay.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Interesting. When did you decide to take...
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious. From the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was
It did,
just
yeah,
some
it's
kind of
taken a
cool
big
game for
turn.
me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler. But you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Did you ever believe that you were Ibn Wessler?
Did I ever believe? I still do. I believed it all along. Don't you get it? I am Ibn Wessler.
And also, Albert Wessler.
I see you're starting to understand.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start
Yeah,
getting
no
used to
worries,
the
AK.
thought.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's been good fun. And I'm glad your online purchase went well.
Try me, detective.
I'd say we'll probably get through the rest of this tonight. I think we're probably in the closing moments, but I'm not sure what we'll have access to once we finish it. But we may be here. But yeah, if not, I'm sure we'll catch you next time. That was your plan to take this place. What made you think you got to see?
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
This guy's completely off the rails, isn't he? What did you do that made Ibn get locked up?
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp-tongued detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Question.
Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Interesting.
When did you decide that we too have to die?
Can I be honest? I didn't want to hurt you, even after what you've done at the club, after interrogating Natasha and me so cruelly. I didn't care. You just saw what's on the outside, just scratching the surface.
Until we found Deborah.
I didn't even know about you finding her until the phone call from the Nile. Then it all became clear. I understood I underestimated you. I had to remedy that mistake before it was too late.
You remove anyone if they happen to cross your path, don't you? Without batting an eye.
Ibn had always been like that. Albert the opposite, so don't think I wasn't struggling, but, eventually, yeah. Courage won, every time.
You mean fear?
Yeah. What do you know about these concepts, Detective? You spent your life chasing petty nobodies until you turned into one of them.
I may be a nobody, Mr. Wessler, but at least I know who and what I am. I'm Santino Featherland. Tell me, can you still tell who you really are? Albert, Ibn, both of them? Neither.
Enough, Santino. Enough games. Ask your last question before I get tired of you and pull the trigger.
I'm very close to breaking him, but if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a bit harsh. If you had a spine, you'd point that gun to your own head. Natasha was kind. Yeah.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Wow.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her.
That's pretty
I
deep.
admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
90%. Albert is Ibn Wessler himself. The madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up loose ends. If we don't catch him now, maybe it'll be too late. Oh, she shot him. Wow.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Now, before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys...
Yes, boss?
Don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed.
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
So we got a few trophies there at the end.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
I feel this ending is sort of
How did
quite
you know we were
anticlimactic.
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
So, what's your shoe size again, Mon?
35, Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's two of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
2 pairs.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am.
Goodbye, detectives.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city. I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop? Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Fuck off, Tim.
Hey!
It's a bit harsh.
Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Just one quote, guy.
I say you're full of...
Okay, is there anything
And
more
what
from
about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way.
Seagulls
We
are the
find out
best.
painful truths, but
Yeah,
at least we see
definitely.
clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right. Thank you.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place, right?
Well, I won't argue about that. You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a
Unlike
professional,
most
my
birds,
friend.
but seagulls shit.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you?
After
whatever we do?
seagulls, what's your least favourite bird,
Unfortunately, I
Mr.
can't,
Carter?
my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
You wish, pal.
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you
Indian
much.
miners.
Yeah,
What
not
do you
much.
dislike about them?
Anyway, it's good to see you here,
I'm glad.
Yeah, not much. Must be some famous historical figure.
Not.
You know,
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war,
bricks.
Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful.
and a lot of money.
Oh wow, everyone's here.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think
She
I'll
seems
manage.
disappointed.
I always do.
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin.
Okay, so let's talk to
You're a
Oscar.
good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's got to take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Every time I hear Bosco, I think of the Seinfeld episode with George's pin code.
Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Nice catch, boss.
Yeah, I wish I...
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen?
I don't know if that's in Australia or just in the States, Mr. Carter, because I know it's still currently on Stan here.
I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this rather nasty situation.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Joyful.
Stan's lost a lot of its big shows, lost Friends. Seinfeld's probably not far behind.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Maybe I will, Mr. Ferdinand.
I certainly hope so, pal.
So long, guys.
I think we've spoken to everybody.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police, in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
No idea why Olivia's in the background there. Oh. Katsenko went missing. The following animal species were not included in this game. That's an interesting way to have your credits. Species have been declared extinct. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Thank you, Mr. Carter. Oh, look at the graphic design change there with the Santino.
Kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle.
I don't know exactly how I feel about this game, Mr. Carter.
I need to feel it. I'm gonna feel it. You make me come alive. I try to run away.
I definitely love the gameplay style and the character designs. And for the most part, I enjoyed the story a lot. But I can't help but feel the ending was a little bit flat. More so, I think, because the twist was incredibly predictable.
All the corners are dead inside. The whole world goes to black and white. The moon is falling.
It would have been good, I think, if they could have incorporated perhaps another twist right at the end. It's just me.
My heart beats skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy check.
It's a fairly small team compared to some games. Special thanks, Tim Schafer. That's interesting.
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
Well, there we have it. To be continued. Oh.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Didn't expect a post-credit scene. Call me 555-223. Look at the extras. Ah, that's interesting. So there's a hidden or a locked cutscene. Interesting. So collectibles. So I missed 5. Find all achievement, get all the collectible extras. Visit all the limited locations. I don't know what I missed there. I thought I'd been everywhere. Personal information which I didn't get. Librarian didn't get all the codex ones. Kill the 2 lights of the enemy cart in one of the car chase sequences. Get all the 58 art gallery pictures. I reckon the sharpshooter one would be challenging to get. Curious to have a look at the art gallery. There you go. Oh, it's the mansion from the end. Oh, wow, it was all done in 3D. That's interesting. I thought they would have taken actual photos of places. Ah, that was the one from the coffee shop. Ah, these are the people who obviously played the characters, presumably. So these are the actual animals. That's really quite interesting. They changed the look of the game so much, didn't they, over the design process. Oh wow, that's how it originally looked. That's crazy. So they recreated covers from real books, presumably. I'm still not entirely sure where the painted red subtitle came from. He made reference of it in the in a dream sequence, but that was it. Still quite a few to unlock. I really want to know what that last cutscene is, Mr. Carter. I can't continue, I have to go through a new game. Oh. Interspecies erotica, is that what you're saying, Mr. Carter? Start a new game. How can I start a new game? Oh, I guess that's, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a nicer way of saying it. I can't take credit for it. I'm sure I've actually heard that term used in a show somewhere before. But for the life of me, I can't think where. But, yeah, wow, so that's it. That brings an end to Chicken Police. So next stream will see us back to Ghost of Tsushima, which will probably... hey, Ultra! What website you're visiting? No, definitely not visiting this. Good to see you, Ultra. You caught us just wrapping things up. We just finished Chicken Police. I think you caught one of our other streams of that a couple of days ago. But yeah, so Ghost of Tsushima next time. We are actually, yeah, just finishing up. I know, unfortunately, bad timing, but there will always be more streams, Ultra. There will always be more. Yes, F. I don't know if Mr. Carter would get that reference. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, and then what do we got? I think in about a week and a half. You'd probably know this too, Ultra. We've got, I think it's Deathloop coming out. I don't know if that's one you're picking up. It's one I've got on pre-order. That's definitely caught my eye, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. So that'll be 2 weeks, give or take. But yeah, that is it for tonight, ladies and gents. Hopefully back today, Thursday. May not actually be back until Sunday night. Is that better? That's really strange. My mic just decided to mute. Is it coming through now? Oh, good. That's really strange. I don't know what happened there. I don't know the last thing you guys heard now. Yes, Sunday night, Mr. Carter. I have Scooby this weekend, which kind of rules out the Saturday night. It was the interesting. You think someone was trying to silence me, Mr. Carter? They don't want it being talked about in a public space. You do. Well, you can message me. You can share your thoughts offline if you like. All right, guys. Thank you to everyone who stopped by tonight. We had Black Magic earlier. We had Dan. See Mr. Carter, Ultra, and a few others, and some lurkers. Thank you to everyone who's hung out, and we will catch you guys next time. Until then, stay safe and take care. Good night.